this episode of Win TV, we asked our reporters to document the student experience of being quarantined.
It's now Wednesday, March 18th, and officially 12 days since I've been to school. My routine is a lot different, usually including my 0-hour classes. I wake up about 6 a.m. I guess one good thing is that instead of buying Starbucks every single day, this morning, I made cinnamon rolls. The best thing is that I can go to school in my pajamas when normally that would get me dress code. And the first issue that I've run into is that I usually work an 8-hour shift on Sundays, but because my restaurant was so slow, because so many people are social distancing and not going out and doing things in public, I only worked 2 hours before my boss sent me home, so I'm not making any money this week.
Day 1 of quarantine. The virus has yet to infiltrate our house, so we are playing a board game because we got nothing else to do. Yeah, I guess you can say that the virus has changed quite a few things, especially since now I'm waking up later, I have less schoolwork, get it done on my own time. It's actually been pretty good. The worst thing about being quarantined though is I'm forced to make a TikTok.
Whoa. Infinity. Okay, so we're ready? Sweet.
It's actually kind of helped my family because we're all able to, I guess, be together now more, and I don't mind being quarantined. It's fine with me because I like staying home and we get more time with our family, so that's pretty cool. But in all seriousness, I think that this virus, I think it's a big deal right now, but I think eventually we're gonna be back to normal and everything's gonna be all right.
My quarantine life really isn't that much different than my regular life. I mean, I wake up, I get dressed, grab my computer, head downstairs, do school for a few hours. Then about noon, I'll get lunch. I'll go back to doing schoolwork. So far, online school hasn't really been as bad as I thought it would be. It's not difficult, but obviously it's not the ideal situation. It didn't really hit me how bad the COVID-19 virus has become until I saw what it was really doing to life. The worst part is the lack of social contact. I mean, I can talk to my friends and I can call them or Snapchat them, but very few can actually hang out. I know several of my friends, their parents aren't even letting them leave the house. It's very isolated, and I'm not used to this much isolation because every day I'm at school for several hours, or I have activities, or I hang out with friends. So in this situation, it's very different than what normal life is like.
Since the coronavirus has come and taken over our lives, our routine has changed so much. I eat breakfast, I do some work, I relax, eat lunch, then I do some more work, and then I usually have the rest of the day to myself, which is honestly really great. Doing school at home though, I think for me, it's a lot better than doing school at school. Getting to work from home, it's just I can do it on my own pace, I can take breaks when I need to, and all of it doesn't really matter as long as I get my work done on time. I think the worst thing about this whole quarantine situation is just not really getting to hang out with my friends. Best thing about this situation right now is just having time to do whatever I want. If I want to cook some food, if I want to play video games, if I want to sleep for literally the whole day. As time goes on and people are more cautious of like washing their hands and being safe and coughing in their arms or whatever, I think that the situation will drastically get better, and then we will hopefully be able to come back to school for next school year and it'll be all great.
A lot of people right now are just bored out of their minds. Some are having fun, but what people don't know is that there are some interesting shows to binge watch, like The Mandalorian. That's always a classic show about Star Wars stands, and then there's some Marvel stuff too.
So today we're making super moist chocolate fudge cake for the coronavirus.
This is for the coronavirus?
Yes, when you're bored during the coronavirus.
Oh, I thought you meant like you're gonna eat for the coronavirus.
Yes, this is how to cure the coronavirus. Heating the oven to 350 degrees to get the powder cake. The dry ingredients. One-handed. Oh, man, why my eggs like this? Too. Now we mix with our mixer. Pour the batter on the. Did you spray it? Mm-hmm. Oh, satisfying. 30 to 35 minutes, and we will be back. And cake is done. Delicious. And now it's frosted, and now we're gonna make it look cute. Yeah. What do you think these might be? Aha. Thank her for the art. Yeah. Get some toilet paper. That's how you make a toilet paper cake. Yeah, hope y'all enjoyed. Come back for more. Instead of waking up at 6 a.m. every day to go to 0 hour, now I wake up whenever. Quarantine has completely messed up my schedule. So what we just find out?
We just found out, let me tell you. Main Event, the place where we both work,
Both of us. We're
is
party hosts.
closed, completely closed until the end of March.
Online school is not helping anyone.
The desire to go back after a week of isolation is stronger than ever.
Personally, the worst thing about this is like I get so bored so quickly. Like I've already gone through like so many like shows on Hulu and Netflix and Disney Plus. I'm starting to like run out of anything to do. Honestly, I'm getting so bored. Please help me. On a regular day, I don't even go out that much, so it didn't really change that about me. I don't get to see my friends that much, so
honestly, I wake up, I do my homework, and I do one of two things. I get on Minecraft with my friends because we made a server, or I go longboarding with them.
It's nice to be able to just stay at home. I get to sleep in. I get to finish my work early. I get to play Minecraft with my friends, you know. It's pretty great. I'm loving the online schooling.
I mean, I can't go to friends' houses, so I guess it has changed in that way, but like, I also just kind of stay in my house anyways a lot. I don't know, I think I was preparing my whole life for self-isolation.
Thanks, Andy. It's very deep.
So right now I'm doing this day 63, as you can see. AP Lang lesson. Working on this planning for this essay that we started before break. It's freaking there, did a good job putting everything on canvas for us to do. It's been pretty easy so far. Alright guys, so I'm at work now. Kind of glad to be working because it's like one of the last normal things I can actually be doing now with like everything going on. And I mean, it's a little different though. Like we're wearing gloves now because they're like way too small, and we have to like disinfect everything like pretty thoroughly.
My new routine basically looks like I wake up in the morning. Good morning. I'll eat breakfast. Usually I try to get out of the house before I actually start doing some schoolwork. Once I get back from my walk or my run, I'll start on my schoolwork. I think the worst thing right now is that matter of not being able to interact with people, and especially people that like I didn't hang out with over spring break. I didn't do anything with. I think the best thing is I found myself spending a lot more time with my family. I found myself being able to do things that I haven't been able to do, you know, watching shows, doing things, just spending time with my family, you know, doing things for me instead of, you know, never having time because of how long school is most of the time.
Currently, my days haven't changed too much for my normal routine, I would say. However, the whole quarantine situation is causing me to be more cautious about the places I go. So I guess I'm staying in more and watching sci-fi movies basically half the day. So yeah, basically spending all my time watching movies. Well, you know, my dad, you know, kept like talking about how colleges were being shut down, and then one of them ended up being my sister's. So my sister is coming home from college, and now I have to share a car.
The COVID-19 has affected my family in many ways. My sister's a senior and she's missing out a lot her last year of high school. My family is unable to attend church because the church is closed. Even things we take for granted, like the library, seeing a movie, or just going to the eye doctor. We have to get used to this new way of living for our safety, for our community.
Good morning, everybody. I'm going to show you what a typical day in the life looks like for me. Quarantine edition. As we all know, the coronavirus is happening, so that changes the way I live my life. Let's get started. First thing I do is get dressed. After I'm ready for the day, I head out of my room and into the game room inside my house. From there, I grab a comfy blanket, find a nice spot on the couch, and I honestly just spend the first few hours of my day scrolling through social media. After that, I head into my kitchen to make, you guessed it, breakfast. After breakfast, I head upstairs to grab my laptop and my backpacks for dun da da da! Online school. After a few hours of school, I decide to take a break and watch some of the news. I also love to play with my dogs. Overall, the coronavirus has impacted so many lives like mine, and I've had to learn how to transition from public school into doing online school. And I've also had to learn how to take all the fear this virus has given me into having hope. And I hope that we can get through this as a society.
That's all for this week's episode of Win TV. Stay forever orange and blue and stay safe, Wolverines.